Well, it's that time of the podcast where Angelo asks a question now. I don't know which one I'm going to ask yet.
Oh, Lord.
Shit.
Now, I sent you guys 5.
You did.
Yeah.
But I think the easier one to answer, but the problem is it'll probably strike up a long conversation.
That's fine. What are we at?
155.
Oh, we're completely fine. What do you mean?
40 minutes.
Yeah, we got 40 minutes, Ange.
I'm going to go with talk
Your first
about a
name.
time or an event where you were stressed out and overcame it. Or, like, do you have any, like, go-to methods of dealing with stress, anxiety, daily life problems?
I hate asking these questions or getting these questions like even like interviews and stuff like
You
that.
hate me.
No, I don't hate you. I'm talking about in terms of like when they're like, oh, like name a challenge and you like how you overcame it.
I know.
And when somebody asks you, I just can't think about it.
I try not to ask it like a bot. That is why I sent them yesterday, but you didn't answer.
Well, you sent 5. I know what the fuck ones you're gonna do.
Because ideally, like you have to ask the like NPC question first, and like my idea with this whole segment anyway is that hopefully, like naturally, we'll just have like a really nice like conversation about the subject at hand.
Oh yeah, the question's fine. It's
So
just
I
when,
guess this week it's talking about stress.
when you're
dealing with
asked about a
stress.
question,
Yeah,
like
it is
it's like
tough.
hard to like think about.
Because
One.
I'm gonna be honest, like I don't have a time where I was like stressed.
That's what I'm saying.
Not that I'm not like I can't point to like a oh my god
Specific,
I remember
yeah.
this. There's like little moments
Yeah,
that I
can,
think are more relatable anyway.
I can definitely answer the second half of it about like how to
Yeah, you
handle
say
it.
whatever you want.
How did you know how to handle if you never had a stressful moment?
No, I just can't
That's
think
not
of
what he
one like
meant.
off the top of my head.
That's not what he
Like a pivotal, like oh my god, like this is the one I'd say.
Right. Okay.
Like I've obviously
Well,
been
think
stressed.
of a time you overcame the stress by doing what you had to do.
Yeah, but it's just like little
Right.
things. Like
What?
it's nothing like
You just had to be
groundbreaking.
anything groundbreaking.
Ways to deal with stress, motherfucker. For
You're
me,
stressing them out right now.
Yeah.
I just run through whatever I'm going up against over and over and over in my head.
What?
I talk to myself in my head. I'm like, this is what I got to do. This is how I got to do it. Blah, 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 blah. And I think that's how I fucking handle it because, like, I just try and prepare myself the best way possible by myself. And I lock myself out of everything. I'm, like, alone with myself. I make sure I'm sitting, like, alone with myself. And I'm like, here's what I have to do. Here's how I'm going to accomplish what I'm doing. And I'm just going to keep running it in my head until whatever the day is comes. I guess, like, more geared towards my job. It's, like, all shit leading up to, like a game day. I work in athletics marketing for people who don't know. So it's, like, that's how I deal with the stress because it's, like, there's something in front of me, and I'm, like, I have to make sure this goes completely well, like, over and over and over again. Like, today, we were at a gymnastics meet, and there was gymnastics on the left side of the gym and wrestling on the right side. And none of us knew what the fuck was going on, really. So one of my coworkers asked me to come over, like, and help out, like, with music and stuff like that. And for them, like, if the music is, like, too loud for their floor music, for their floor routine, like, they'll get deducted points. So, like,
What?
if like, it's cooked if we fuck up or it's too loud or too, like, whatever. So, like, in the night before, I'm going off, like what I did last year, this last year as well. I was like, oh, like, I have to, like, make sure I'm telling them, make sure it's at this volume. We're going to make sure we're getting the test done beforehand. We're going to make sure we're doing this. I'm going to make sure that they know what the fuck they're doing and make sure that, like, because we're playing music the whole entire meet, basically, and then we have to turn it down and turn up their music because they plug in separately for their, like, floor stuff because it's all instrumental. So, like, yeah, I'm just running through every fucking possible thing that could possibly go wrong in my head and, like, having, like, that backup plan already in place. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's how I deal with it. I just make sure that I am, to a fault, as prepared as I possibly can be. And then, obviously, there's shit that happens. And then you just got to, like, think in your head, like, you know, I fucking practice and I had the shit in my head running, like, whatever comes up, I can just fucking handle it type shit. That's why I deal with stress. But, yeah.
I kind of relate to that because in my head too, like, I definitely get nervous about stuff, but I only ever really get nervous about stuff that I know I can't control.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I think it's the easy stuff.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is, like, sometimes, like, if I have to go to the doctors for something, like, I'll get a little nervous.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you know, it's
Like-
a fear of unknown.
Like I was saying that time when I had to get that IV in my arm, and like the nurse it kind of hurt, and I went white in the face, and I got like kind of nervous. Like I started like sweating. There's not too many times where I like do that.
Well, you did get a needle in you.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I don't know. Like I think about a lot of stuff in college, like exams or presentations, stuff that I know that I can prepare myself for. Like for me, it was always like, well, I'm doing something wrong if I'm nervous right now about this, because that tells me in my head that like I
You're
either A, didn't give enough of a shit to prepare, or B, I just like straight up didn't prepare enough. And like that's like sometimes I think it's on me to help myself not be nervous about. Like I think there's certain stuff that we can avoid, but we kind of procrastinate as humans, and it kind of leads up to you being underprepared for stuff, so then you get nervous. You know what I mean?
Like in public speaking in college, like I would always be nervous about it, but there were multiple times where I like really just knew my shit, and I just went in fine. So it's
I also kind of like public speaking in a way, so that always kind of helped me. Like if you're like if we're gonna go down that path, but I don't know. Like I don't know. There's like life events that I've definitely been nervous for. Like you have a date with somebody that you really like, and like they like you too, and it's getting to the point where like you kind of got to say how you feel, because I don't like. I mean, Mike, we've had other conversations where Mike likes to just say it how it is. Like I'm typically like that too, and I definitely would be nervous about it if I didn't sit there and like address my own thoughts beforehand. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I also think like I am pretty. I don't know what's the word for it, like even keeled.
Yeah.
So like. Yeah, like there's been times where like I don't know, like the girl shit is funny. Like when you're talking to somebody or around someone like you have a crush on and you really like those are times where like I've felt nervous inside, but I like to think I do a pretty good job of like not letting that get the best of me and just going with it. I don't know why, to be honest, but I think that's just like how I'm wired. But there's definitely times where like you kind of like I kind of prepare myself mentally for opportunities that I want to come to me, and that way if they present themselves, I'll be in a better mindset to take advantage of them, whether it's like being able to talk to your crush or having a job interview or those types of nervous moments in life. So I kind of agree with Josh. Like I definitely try to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Try to be not caught off guard, I guess, in a way. I don't know if that was helpful at all.
No, yeah.
To anybody, but I feel like that was like specific for me, but it's kind of how I see it.
One and the same, Angelo.
Yeah. I think I have a really stressful job at times. I'm a baker, and like certain holidays it gets extremely crazy in a bakery. Especially mine is like a huge bakery, and we like dish out a shit ton of products.
Yeah.
But I've always felt like I kind of have a clutch gene.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm like super stressed or like, there's a lot on my shoulders, like I feel like I step up.
Is that hereditary? Your dad clutch?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah, your dad clutch?
Oh, he definitely
got
thinks
the clutch
he
gene?
is.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, obviously I've never worked with him, but I'm sure I'm sure he is.
I think the mindset part of it, or like his because as soon as you said that, like I kind of think of how my dad is, and I kind of relate to my dad in that way, where it's kind of the same thing. Like under those high pressure moments, like I always kind of felt like I kind of do like navigate them kind of well, and like I have the ability to like stay calm at least through it and understand like, all right, like we're gonna get through this though, like that's I can see that. I can see that in you.
It's like when you're in this shit, it's like second nature. Like fuck it, like we're gonna get this shit done, type shit.
No, it is, and like I feel like a lot of people don't realize how tough food industry is.
Oh yeah,
and like even people in it, like I feel like there's a lot of people breaking down, or giving up or reaching their limits, and it's like we kind of signed up for this.
Yeah.
Like, just take a deep breath, refocus.
Yeah.
And just keep moving. Like I feel like I always tell myself just keep moving. Like like I don't know. It's an industry where like if you don't finish the work, you can't go. So
Yeah.
like, unless you quit. But like,
Right.
I ain't quitting. And no, I don't know. I feel like I've always just put my head down. Let's move. I feel like I'm a good motivator too. Like I could tell when other people are getting super stressed out or dying around me, and I'm like, I think I know what to say usually,
To get them going.
or like at least get them to keep moving, and that's all that matters. Is you keep moving. And then once it's over, heavy self-medication.
Yeah.
Ain't that idea with stress? Heavy self.
Heavy self-medication. Whatever your vice is,
Whoa, wait, don't say that.
really lean into it. I see a lot of things, like a lot of chefs become addicted to cocaine,
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
service workers are
Alcohol,
smoking cigarettes on their
alcoholics.
breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Doctors,
Mine's weed.
Drug heads.
Honestly, sometimes the thought of sitting in my car and smoking that blunt on the
Yeah.
ride home got me through a shift.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the greatest feeling. Yeah, I pop my shoes off, throw the cruise control on the ride home.
Excuse me, wait, you're taking your shoes off and driving?
It's on cruise control.
That's crazy.
That's why he crashed his
I was
car.
about to say
That's the main thing is don't
that was
take
a
your
missing
shoes off
piece.
when you're
That was a
driving.
missing piece.
I didn't have my shoes on.
You left
cruise
that
control
part out
driving
of
to
the
work in the
story.
snow.
That was pre-shift. That was
His shoes
pre-shift.
flew out the window.
That's pre-shift.
No.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things to do after a long shift. Pop my shoes off.
I have sandals in my car for that one reason.
I keep
like
slippies
that.
in my
Oh, yeah.
car.
Oh, yeah,
You've seen my
that's what I
slippies.
I don't think I have.
My
The
champion ones.
the great ones. Yeah,
Oh,
you
I've
have.
seen them. Do you keep them in your car?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I usually do that. I should pop my shoes off.
Keep my slippies. Jeez,
Yeah.
what do you think I'm some Neanderthal?
You said you were just popping your shoes off driving.
You didn't let me finish. You cut
didn't
me
say
off.
it. What?
Cut me off. Pop my shoes off, like the spliff, and
With
wow,
the slippies on.
wow, with the slippy. That's
Slippies and
important,
a spliff.
especially when it's cold out.
Yeah, of course.
It feels so good. But yeah, no, I don't know. I almost like getting stressed out to show off that I'm gonna get through it. like watch me get through the put the weight of the world on me. I got it.
Watch what I do next.
World on the line. I'm taking James Zabala.
James Zabala.
Alien death rate pointed at her.
Alien death
James
rate
Zabala.
Taking James.
pointing at the bakery.
Pointed at the
I can-
bakery to
I
save all the
can
cows.
I can kind of speak on like the work thing too, because even times that like my job too sometimes is more stressful than I realize because, I mean, working with the lottery, like if I wasn't paying attention, like I could do
Really?
like some pretty good damage to like the data that we store and
Billions of
the
them.
money that gets affected. Yeah, no, like literally. But I think the thing that helps me is like I don't remember, like I never really think about it like that. I wouldn't say that I'm definitely an overthinker, but I
Same.
think in a positive way,
Oh.
to be honest. I give myself credit for that. Because instead of like harping on the negatives, because I really believe, this might be a tangent, but I really do believe that like it's important to be aware of the negative outcomes and the failures.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why people fail sometimes is they were a little too focused on failing and you kind of subconsciously fall into failing.
Mm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like you self-sabotage, but not.
And like there's a lot of stuff that I do at work every day that I could get fired for if I like screwed up. Like probably like on the spot, to be honest. But like that's why we have like, at least for my job, like we have a lot of procedures, like we have to get sign-offs and approvals for stuff, and now like I've been there for a while and I'm really comfortable with the practices that we have. So like me personally, like I think back to how I was when I was first learning, and it was definitely like way more stressful. But I think it's about having confidence in yourself, like, you know, like you can do this, like you've done this 1,000 times before, like,
Yeah.
you know. In the beginning, obviously it's different, it's tough, but I think like just in life in general, like you learn from each like stressful event you go through, no matter how big or small it is. At least that's something like I've definitely learned from life, like the right type of headspace to be in when stuff hits the fan. And like how you were saying like the stuff that you can't control is like the easiest. Like I completely agree, because I do come from that mindset.
But you were saying the opposite.
I just like didn't know how to say it, but
Oh.
in what I am trying to say now is like I definitely relate to that because I think the reason why I really don't have a lot of stress at all is I have a really good gauge on what I could not like have control over, and I think that screws people up a lot.
100%.
Like not being able to categorize certain stuff. Like we're human. At the end of the day, like shit happens. Like
Yeah, I was telling one of my close friends that she's always stressed out, and I'm like, listen, you can't worry about stuff like other people.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks she has to worry about, but it's like you can't control what other people do.
You can't.
You can give your 2 cents, but you can't really do anything about it. Like you can't stress about it, even though it's kind of a different situation without getting too into details.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
was just say with the mindset thing, like when I'm stressed out, like if I remember one of my coworkers, when she first started there, she thought like I wasn't like I think I'm pretty funny and like a upbeat guy and like I smile a bunch. But I guess I at work I look a little more.
You're an acquired.
I feel like I have like
You're an acquired taste.
like I make jokes and I like do things right, but I
Yeah.
guess at
Yeah.
work
You make jokes.
I look more serious because I'm usually not like
making jokes as
not
much.
as
You're
unless
not in
someone
joke
starts
mode.
talking to me like I don't joke as
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Like if I'm doing something like especially like in like my job with like I'm working with like patient stuff and like everything's kind of like up to code and you have to do everything a specific type of way. I usually tap into an autistic mind space. So I'm focusing on the task at hand.
right.
Like the task is a task and I'm focused on the task.
yeah,
It's like have you ever seen the one of the new
Crazy
movies?
way to say I focus.
Might have been a better way to
it's
say
the
that.
perfect way to say it because what's that new movie just came out on Netflix? It's like some assassin. Oh fuck, what am I gonna say? Hold up.
Some assassin.
Hold up.
Rack teacher?
Hold up. I'm pulling it up. The Killer. If you watch the opening of The Killer with Michael Fassbender, the first like 10 minutes are him just going through like, because he's an assassin and he's never been caught and he's never failed a job. He's never not killed the guy he's going to kill in like one shot. And he like
Fire.
goes through like an autistic like checklist of everything that he does in
Right.
like a day to like scope out the thing and like do this thing like completely to like procedure.
Yeah.
That's autistic.
Yeah.
Like having like a set like
Like that's the thing. Like you like
form,
autistic
like
people
form,
like a
formality
set
or whatever it's called.
like thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why they like trains. Trains run on a schedule. It's a very simplified thing, but trains run on a schedule. They like it because it runs on a schedule.
Gotcha.
You know where the train's always going to be because it's on a schedule. Like you know the train's going to be there at 9:10. You know which train is going to be there at 9:10. You know where the train's always going to be. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's kind of like that.
Uniformity.
I like to think about that. When I get stressed, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go nonverbal and do what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing. Because like everything is like procedure wise. Like everything has a exact procedure you're supposed to do it in, and so I just like shuffle back in my
Go back
brain.
into that.
Yeah.
Right. I can relate to that.
And then vices, vices too. I say most of the time this
You
job
have
make me drink.
vices?
I don't.
Yeah.
What are your vices? Michael?
No, we don't have to get into that.
It's day trading.
It's day trading. Yeah, I love day trading.
Don't talk to me. I'm an autistic MySpace, and he's just flicking through Robin Hood.
Does going to the gym count?
Yeah, going to the gym counts.
That's a
Did
that's
you-
a
I wouldn't
nicer
say
vice.
that's one of mine. That's definitely a
Oh, it's
relaxation
definitely
thing.
lesser, but that's the only one I think I have, to be honest.
Relaxation
Pressure.
is like running for me. Like I like
Right.
relaxing and
Shut
running.
up.
But that's not. I wouldn't say it's a vice. I think vice is inherently negative in my,
Yeah.
That's
my
what
opinion.
I thought.
Well,
yeah.
there's a connotation to it, but there doesn't
Yeah.
need to be. Your vice could be running.
Well, vice is something that, in my mind that
I guess
Pull up
like
Vice,
I guess
Josh.
I guess like do you have any stress relievers? Because yeah, like going
Yeah,
to the
I
gym
just don't-
definitely
don't want to say it.
helps me sometimes.
That's fine.
That's
Oh,
okay.
that's, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Just
fine.
know that Mike's doing it.
That's basically.
Immoral or wicked behavior.
Oh, immoral.
Criminal activities
That's what I'm
involving
saying, like, it's something
involving
it's something that's,
prostitution,
like,
pornography,
it
or
holds
drugs.
You. It holds you.
Oh wow.
It holds you.
Was
Yeah,
that
It's a vice.
what you were trying to say about your voice? Your vice?
No,
It's a
that pertains to
variation of
mine.
one of those.
Was it this one right here?
The variation of one of these?
Yeah, it might be. It's a variation of one. It's not exactly
okay.
that, but it's a variation of that. Definitely a stress reliever. If I ever failed a test, I know what I'm doing that night.
Oh, what? You're crazy.
Not like that. Not like that. A
What do you mean,
variation
not like
of that.
I know what you're talking
You know
about.
what
I know
I'm talking about?
exactly what he's
What are
saying.
you talking about?
No, he's talking about the Dune 2 promo popcorn.
The Goon Tube? Is that what you just said?
Dune 2 promo popcorn.
You forgot to
Yeah,
tell.
dude.
You said the-
popcorn.
The Goon Tube. I was like, what? Is that the new YouTube?
Never coming
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
Your grandmother's not gonna be happy
Oh,
about
God,
this.
yeah.
That's why I wasn't gonna say it.
Oh,
I
she
don't
still
think she
doesn't
saw
know.
last week because I said not to watch. That
Oh, yeah.
little segment.
Good.
So don't watch that.
Well, this is
segment.
good. This
YouTube
well,
for
this is a
Gooners.
good. I'm glad you brought it up though, because do you have any like
What do you mean?
non-immoral stress relievers?
Yeah, running. Usually, I find myself if I'm having like going through like a bad month, I'm like, I didn't run outside this month. That's probably it.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Usually, if I
Wow.
start running again, I feel like pretty like level-headed and like balanced.
To be honest, I kind of relate because at least for me this month, I've been like really consistent with the gym these past couple weeks, and yeah, like I agree
Yeah,
with that.
100%.
I also think too, not to cut you off, I just
No,
wanted to
it's-
make this other point quick, is like I think as I've grown older, like the importance of I don't want to say having hobbies, but like having things that like remind me of myself and like what I like to do puts me in like it helps me go into a headspace that removes me from the headspace I was in where I was like stressing.
Yeah, I think remove like one of the things I find is like if I'm thinking about work at home, I go stop.
Yeah.
See,
Like, I'm
low
thinking about
key,
something completely
yeah.
different.
I'm gonna be. That's like the one thing I really love about the job I have right now is like I don't do that.
Yeah,
I've yet to like know what that means. Because honest to God, like every night when I clock out at 7 o'clock, like I literally don't think about work until the next day I go to work and clock in. It's kind of nice right now.
usually like I'll think about it tonight when I go to bed.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Don't get me
I'm like,
wrong.
what the fuck am I gonna do tomorrow? Fuck.
There's definitely nights where like I get fucking pissed about something that might have happened, or like
Yeah.
I'm in the gym like talking to myself like a fucking psycho sometimes maybe, and like I'm just there's definitely stuff that like sticks on your brain because like I said I'm human like and it happens. But for the most part, like I like I don't think I bring work home like at least for me right now, like I really don't have a lot of stress creators, I feel like, which is kind of nice.
Any girls out there who want to cause stress in Angela's life, hit him up.
I probably need some, to be honest.
It's too low. He's got too low. Not
Big yelled them.
It'd be
Hit up
kinda
Angelo.
nice.
Yeah,
Stress him out.
But yeah, I don't know.
I can't.
I think I have a good outlook on when things go bad. And this might sound stupid, but I know Frank Ocean's got that quote, and it's God gives you what you can handle. And like,
I
I'm
love
gonna
that
be
quote.
honest,
Didn't we
like,
talk about this before?
Yeah.
we did, but I really
we
do,
did.
dude.
Yeah.
I seriously like kind of believe that.
He's got a lot of great quotes.
I kind of believe that.
Smoking marijuana is a cheap vacation.
And something you brought up too, James. And I don't know if
Texas.
I don't know if we just brought it up last week that I was talking about it. Oh yeah, it was kind of last week too. But I do think I also kind of possess the ability, like I was saying last week, to help people kind of navigate through stressful situations. I think that comes from me being like pretty even keeled and relaxed most of the time. Is like I think people can like feed off that energy, and I feel like I have this ability to like take people out of that headspace of stress that they're in, and like just talk to me, like just like you know what I mean.
I'm
Like,
here
I feel
now.
like I help people talk through their problems sometimes. I genuinely believe that, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole again because we did that. Just watch last week's episode. But
No, I think it's fine.
like that, like me and James I'm closer with James than I am with you guys. Like there's definitely times where I feel like me and James have talked about shit that sucks.
Yeah.
You know? And I definitely have other friends too that I'm as close with like James that like I remember scenarios. But I'm trying to think of like a really good tip, like really good advice I have.
I feel like it's different for
what I
everybody.
do. It is, I know, and that's and I know, yeah, it's tough. But that's the thing that sucks. I'm glad you said that because maybe this will be good advice. Is
Touch me.
sometimes like as soon as I gave my whole little spiel at the beginning of this Ange Ask, I was like, oh, that's kind of like specific and geared to me, but like it's really not though.
Oh, not at all.
Because
Is
I
it a
think
question
that's I
itself?
think that's the one thing. I think that's the one bad habit we have now as society is like we think that like it's only happening to us right now. You know what I mean? And it's easy for you to like just look at us for like through this podcast lens, for example, and think like, wow, these guys are. How funny is that? Like they're all sitting together talking about shit, but like you wouldn't know that like James crashed his fucking car and like maybe this one has this going on and
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
but it's like we all like it's just the point I'm just trying to make is like we got to get on with it. You know what I mean? Like, and we're just
James,
getting,
fuck, get
we're
on
just
with it,
getting
right?
on with it. Like, it's just the point. I didn't want to put you on the spot. I'm sorry. It was just a good example of what I was trying to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're trying
Like
to say.
this low key
Yeah.
is like a stress reliever. Like
Yeah.
when we're on this podcast, to be honest, doing this for the however long we record each episode, like
Picks on you.
I'm really only thinking about this. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to say, like, just know that like you're not the only one that's like stressing right now. Like we're all going through the shit. You know, it's just in its own form.
That actually freaks me out sometimes.
What did somebody
How
else
so?
To think about people in houses doing their own thing. I don't
hate
believe
the
it's true.
thought of that.
I don't like it. It
What
freaks
do you
me
mean
out.
by that?
NPC.
Like you ever walk by? I mean, when you run in neighborhoods, you're like, people live in that house. Like there's
They're
people in
doing-
that house
yeah.
right now.
You ever look
living
at
something.
people's windows?
No, I don't. Do you? I'm sorry. What?
I'm asking you
wants
the-
to close their blinds
immediately.
I'm asking you the question.
No, no, I can't say
Yeah,
I do
but,
unless
like-
they're open and in them, I guess. And I just nod, like I'm running
Sometimes if
by.
I'm driving by, I'll be like, "Oh, that's what they're watching." Like weird.
Well, if their windows are open and I can clearly see what
See
they're
through the
doing
bars, yes.
nonchalantly, I'm not in their
I didn't
yard.
ask if you walk up to the window and fucking
Yes.
pick. That's not
Most
what
people
I asked.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to do that a lot when I was like 9, 10.
walk up to
11.
Window
windows
watch?
and look in.
Like if like I had like friends in the neighborhood, I would like look through their window first to see if they were home.
Well, that's fine. Yeah,
That is
know
not
what-
fine.
That is not fine.
that's fine. They're your friends.
Thank you.
How old are you? You said
9.
I was 9,
Oh,
10,
okay,
11.
alright.
It's fine.
I was old enough to walk and bike on my own. I didn't bike.
I didn't play
And-
either.
I guess it's okay.
And then I would like,
Perhaps you
oh,
didn't.
they didn't answer the door, and I would look through their windows.
look through the bathroom
that's
window.
fine.
I don't
fine.
know if I like that.
Yeah.
Taking a shit in there?
I like vividly remember. I remember like looking through one of their windows one time. I think he was in like timeout.
Oh shit.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
His mom's
Locked up,
yelling
dude.
at
Locked
him.
up. I remember that.
I
Peek through the
I remember
window.
looking through the window like, damn, they got him.
I'm gonna get you out.
I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get you. I love that shit.
What about go on like stress? You have any little stress relievers? I brought up the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
You said running. You guys have
I got another one.
music?
One of my favorite things that pertains to it is like I like taking my dog for like a really long walk, like a 2-hour, 3-hour walk.
Damn.
I like going to Roger Williams doing the
Yeah.
trail. It's like a 3-hour, like a 2.5-hour walk, and like.
You putting one of your dogs through the ringer.
No, they love it. What do you mean? They
You
whoa,
mean-
oh, one of them can't. I don't take him.
2 hour. God, put me down.
No, we walk him to the stop sign at the end of the road
Yeah.
and then carry
Yeah,
him back.
yeah.
No, the other two dogs, no, they like the long walk. And then I got my headphones in, listen to music. I used to play Pokemon Go a lot. That was my.
Oh yeah.
I'll go to the park just play Pokemon Go for hours, and then
Yeah, dude.
that was like my me time.
Yeah.
Either that or like just sometimes I'll have my headphones on, just not on. I would have them off. Like I always keep them on when I'm alone, like at the park, but like nothing's playing, just so I can like zone out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to bring up stress relievers because it's just a way that puts you in your own little zone and like removes you like from life almost and what's going on.
Yeah, I usually play like really, really in-depth scenarios in my head as I walk,
Oh, I'd be doing that.
and like I win every argument, and then I feel good again.
I don't know about if I do that, but
What does that even
Then
mean?
I feel good again.
What scenarios are running through your head? And you're winning
Literally
an
anything.
argument?
Whatever,
Sometimes
yeah.
with strangers, like someone I barely know. It's almost like really, almost close to daydreaming. Actually, I guess it is what daydreaming
Yeah,
is.
technically
Yeah.
it's daydreaming. Yeah.
I'm a big scenario player in my
I do
head.
this, bro.
But it's
I do
all
that all
part
the
of that
time.
like being prepared stuff. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, like I'm ready for anything because
Yeah.
I already played this in my head 50 times yesterday.
But it's weird because it's weird though because I think like
I don't think I do that. I don't know.
right, well, you told us you go into an autistic mind space,
Yeah.
so you're just locked in.
Well, under stress.
I don't know. It's weird because I definitely do like scenario play in my head, but I also like really enjoy navigating through situations naturally.
I like
Because that's the only way I know how like I really feel.
I like putting myself in a cage with a tiger, seeing who comes out on top. Metaphor.
Nah, see, I don't do
Worse than
stuff
you've
like
ever
that.
I don't think of the scenario. I cause it and see what happens.
in your head.
No,
You
no, no,
cause it and then
Oh,
solve
really?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm
I'll
literally
text a
doing
stranger.
that.
I want to go. I fucking hate you.
I'll be like,
See how it cooks out.
like for example, I had a like my, we do like biannually reviews.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I had mine like a week ago, and like I play through every scenario, man.
Yeah.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. if
Like
you want
I
something-
like one of them was like I walk in and they tell me I'm fired and like I sit there and tell them like
I
I
quit.
had it ready, but I'm like, oh well, if she says this, then I'll say this.
Yeah, it's so
Like,
different. Like
I was doing
I-
that too.
I got like 50 dialogues set up ready for
I
me.
had 50 dialogues set up for Monday. One of my like big boss is supposed to come in or something like
Yeah.
that. And hopefully we have contract discussions. But
Yeah.
so I have like 50 different things to say. But something like that, I understand.
I have like a
So you
preset
said
dialogue.
if they walked in and go, you get fired, you go, I quit.
Yeah.
You beat them to it. You're gonna beat them
I
to
quit.
it.
That was one
You're
of them.
fired. No, I quit. So it goes in your resumes. You quit. Yeah, they
I
were
planned on saying that.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah.
That's
I quit.
funny.
I'm glad
Yeah,
you
I
said
do
it
that a
first.
lot.
Like,
I was coming here to I was coming here to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I was putting my 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You have the note already prepared just in case.
yeah.
What
Let
else?
me stop you right there.
Here.
Reading in the park too. I can't wait for the weather to
nice.
get better. I hate like sitting in the cold.
Yeah.
So like this whole spring and summer, like I would drive home from work and sit in the park for an hour and
That's
then drive
dope.
home. Pretty relaxing.
Mm.
I watch the most heinous criminal documentaries ever
Nice.
to just unwind, which
Josh
is
just watches people
And
get
which is
then
actually-
you wish that you were
senselessly.
one of the people that got killed.
oh no.
Oh, all right.
No, but I sit there. No, I don't know what it is, but like
He wishes
having
he was
like
the
a
murderer.
fucking
Yeah,
a
maybe.
serial killer documentary on in like the fucking background.
And you're like, this is what I would have done in that
No.
situation. Like I would have got away with
No,
it.
you know what he's
yeah.
saying?
I just-
He's like, at least I ain't get killed.
Yeah,
He's like, he's watching.
it's
it
like it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think that like subconsciously that might be it. Honestly,
Interesting.
Maybe, yeah.
least
like
I'm not
wow,
that guy.
yeah. I could be in jail for killing 50 people. Right? I mean, I couldn't, but
Or
could.
you could have been one of the people killed.
exactly.
You sitting there like, well, I ain't get stabbed 50 times, so like,
Only
I
27.
think it's
Yeah.
I think I'm all right.
I
do
don't
that.
like
Interesting.
I just know, but like actually, like yeah, I'll like throw on like a movie or a TV show or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
dude.
like fucking relax. But like, I think about work all the fucking time. I'm thinking about work 24/7.
Right.
Oh,
That's my thing.
oh,
But it's not like to a detriment. Like it's not like I'm taking work
Sounds
home like bad. But like I just think about it a lot. I just like it. So I think about it a lot.
It's important to you.
Wow.
I think I'm excited to have a garden. I think that's gonna
Wait.
be a good stress reliever
Oh yeah.
to just be immersed in the plants.
they know you're there.
Yeah.
I know they're there. I can't wait.
Until those hornets come back out and it's like, oh my
Have you seen what's it called? It's like a waving bush.
Waving willow.
Have you seen those? They wave at you.
No clue.
It's like a shrub that waves at you when you near it.
No, it's
Hey!
It's so freaky.
Huh.
I saw it like on TikTok or
It
something.
moves
Yeah,
drastically or just a little bit?
Like not like,
yeah.
but like its leaves will like dance.
It starts in the fucking
Yeah.
yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I forgot. I'll find it. I'll find what it's called. But like, I'll send it to you. I was like, wow, they need to set this up.
The
That's what I was.
waving
That's what I was thinking watching it. But like, there's like a whole thing that like the plants know you're there.
Josh, I was gonna say, when are we gonna start putting those videos out of you dancing?
what?
The ones you sent to us.
For anybody that doesn't know, I have a
gotta send-
stockpile of
You
probably the
have
most
to.
embarrassing
What? You have a
videos.
stockpile of them, bro.
My-
Come
No,
on.
you know he saves
The amount of
all them.
videos
Come
that every time I
on,
send you
put
guys a
them
video, I fucking save them. If somebody were to look at my fucking
Bro.
Snapchat
Tell me
memory
where it is.
things,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
brother, oh my god, I'm cooked.
When are we posting them?
Never.
Just
We'll
start
see.
posting compilations.
Yeah. If I had those moves, dude, come on.
So, any last words on dealing with stress, or you got it all out?
I think so. I don't know.
I think we got it.
I think it's good to like. I'll try to put a bow on it, but I think the best advice I probably have that I definitely use a lot is I try to figure out how to like remove myself from the situation and like take a backseat approach. You know, I mean, sometimes like you get dealt a really shitty hand, but it's nothing you can do sometimes. You know,
Don't
Yeah.
worry about what you can't.
Just do what you
anything about.
can.
control. Yeah.
Do what you can.
And I really do say that to myself that like sometimes like life gives you what you're meant to get through and not what you deserve. Sometimes I think it's like life's definitely unfair. Sometimes with that.
Yeah, life made me broke.
God nerfed me by putting me in this
Nerfed.
godforsaken financial situation.
Nerfed.
You guys
If I
all-
have money, it'll be a
Nerf.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
my
gonna
god.
know it.
That's I literally think like that.
It'll be a
like there's a
problem.
reason I don't make money.
There's a reason.
Yo,
Yeah.
once
There's
it
a
starts popping
reason.
off,
Right.
You're done for.
test our gangster right now. Subscribe, all that
It'd
shit.
be too strong.
Get us up there.
Do not give me money.
See what the fuck we do.
If I lived in a big city, it'd be over.
But yeah, that was Ange Asks for
Genghis
this week.
Khan.
We can move to music and then be
Oh,
done.
shit, yeah.
Shit, I forgot to put that. Oh fuck.